This week, all 50 members of Portland's police department's rapid response team resigned en masse following the indictment of a fellow officer on a charge of assault. The mass resignation is just the latest indication that officers around the country feel they've been abandoned by their own local governments. John Cardillo is a former NYPD officer and conservative commentator. He joins me now. John, look, this is the Portland team. I've got a statement here. Officers who serve on the Portland Police Bureau's specialized crowd control unit known as the Rapid Response Team voted to resign from a meeting, this after a meeting Wednesday night. The unprecedented move by about 50 officers, detectives, and sergeants to disband their own team came right after Officer Corey Budworth was indicted of fourth-degree assault after a baton strike against a protester. What do you see going on here?
I mean, it's ludicrous, Buck. It's very dangerous. I actually saw the former NYPD Commissioner, Bernie Carrick, earlier today. I spent some time with him. We were talking about this case. This is chilling, and it's chilling because that baton strike is what police officers are taught to do every single day in academies around the country. Now, when you're part of a specialized disorder control unit, NYPD is a very large one, Chicago, Los Angeles, and cities like Portland, Seattle, Minneapolis, you're trained to take that a step further. The baton, the old used to call it a nightstick, is an integral tool in your toolbox, a non-lethal tool to getting the crowd back under control. If police officers are now going to be prosecuted for doing tactically exactly what they're taught to do in the police academy and then in deeper in-service training, they had no choice but to disband the unit and resign. I mean, talk about inviting a bunch of cops to a fixed poker game, rigging the deck, and then mocking them for losing by prosecuting them. It's chilling, and it should be chilling to every American and every politician who believes in law and order.
What are you hearing, John, from people you know that are still wearing the uniform, whether in New York or, I don't know if you know anybody in Portland, but just across the country? What's the climate like right now for men and women who are police officers?
Really depends where they are. So, yeah, I belong to a couple of organizations that have law enforcement officers, state, local, federal, from around the country. Really, Buck, it's a byproduct of geography and the political climate of whomever's running their jurisdiction. In sheriff's departments that are typically run by more conservative elected sheriffs, morale is very good. They're being supported by their bosses. But universally, in the big cities that are run by Democrats with appointed police chiefs, morale is in the basement. And if there's a sub-basement, underneath the sub-basement, that's where morale is for the most part. Take Miami, city of Miami. You've got a mayor in Miami, Francis Suarez, who calls himself a Republican. He's a far-left hack. He brought in Art Acevedo from Houston, one of the most far-left police administrators in the country. Morale in the city of Miami Police Department now is just tanking. When you look at that in contrast to the elected sheriffs in counties surrounding Miami-Dade and the morale in those agencies, what I tell you that the contrast is night and day. So it really is a byproduct of who's running the department and who's in power politically over that department.